All right. Okay. So this is a different kind of video that I want to talk about today. So I went on a date recently and I learned something about my business. And I just want to share this story with y'all because it's a date, but it's also aligned with business. I am a CPA of over 16 years. My name is Chika. And so, what I want to do today is really teach you how, when it comes to whatever we're doing in life, whether it's dating, whether it's hanging out with friends, whether it's serving our clients in our business, everything is related. And okay, here's the story real quick. So, I went on a date and it's with a guy who, funny enough, we met in the past year and we had our first phone call December 31st. So New Year Eve, we had our first phone call. And what's crazy is that after that, life just took off. And so I traveled in January and then I came back. And then when I was back, he traveled internationally and then he came back. And so in the midst of all of that, I think I had got sick at one point. We had never gone on a first date since the first time that we had matched on a dating app. We had that first phone call and then nothing. However, what I noticed with him is that he was not sending me good morning texts every morning. We don't like that. Us business girlies, we do not no good morning texts when we don't know each other. That's not energy. That's not putting in effort. It's like plan a date. So I love that he wasn't sending me good morning texts. And in fact, the only time he would text me was when it was logistics related. So checking in to see if I was available, checking in to see if I was back from my trip, checking in to see if I was feeling better after I told him I was sick. And what's crazy is that he was going away on some international trip for business that was like weeks long. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, like I may not hear from this guy again. It's okay. And so the last thing he said to me was, okay, I'll let you know when I'm back. And I'm like, okay, like whatever. And so lo and behold, I get a text from him telling me he's back, he wants to see me. So that touched my heart. I'm like, oh, a man who keeps his word. Ladies, if you're dating, especially if you're using these dating apps, they say whatever, right? They say so many good things, but where's the action? Is the action aligned? And so for him to follow up, I recognized that. I noticed that. And so I was really in tune to that. And even though, so this man is Indian and I have never dated an Asian man, which is so crazy to say that, but I was so open. I was like, yeah, let's do this. And so we had a coffee date, which, by the way, ladies, whatever the internet says, I feel like a coffee date is super underrated, especially if you're unsure about a guy. I think coffee dates are like chill to the point where, yes, like they're not spending hundreds of dollars on you for dinner that first date. But again, they're getting my time. So let me give him a little bit of my time. That's what I feel comfortable with because I don't know. I don't know. And so we went to coffee. What I didn't know, y'all, is that this man met me in downtown LA where I live. He came all the way from Irvine, Orange County. Without traffic, that's 45 minutes. But there's traffic always in LA. So he drove 90 minutes just to meet me for an hour for coffee. And again, I didn't realize this at the time, but again, I'm just noticing his effort. And when we're there at the coffee shop, I'm enjoying the conversation. Again, so the way I entered this date, I'm like, okay, this is new. I don't know what's happening, but I'm just going to trust the process. I'm going to meet him. I'm going to look cute. In fact, I look like this actually. I was wearing this. It was like at leisure wear. I had just came back from a long walk, so I was glowing. It was beautiful. And so we were talking about all these different things. And y'all, why is this man the global tech lead of a company that has 20,000 employees? And in that moment, I saw a man of purpose. a man who knew what he wanted and made it happen. There was no excuses. There was no, oh, it's so far. There was no, can we meet halfway? Everything was so effortless. He paid for the coffee, he paid for the food we had. We like the leadership qualities were just there. And the way this ties into business is, well, first of all, y'all, as a business owner, if you can relate, put this in the comments. We are so busy. We have a lot going on, and not just with our business, but with our lives as well. And so, for me, when it comes to dating, I'm pretty clear on what I want, what I'm looking for. And so, for me, it's not a problem that, like, if a man can't meet those needs, it's okay, next. Right. So, same thing with business. Like, I know the type of clients I want to work with. I have my application. So if you're interested, fill out the application, submit it. I'll invite you to a call, right? I have my process. And so if anyone doesn't want to follow the process, they just want to get right on the phone, they're not giving me the documents that I need so that I can put their tax plan together and figure out just what the potential savings we can actually implement for them, right? If there's apprehension or defensiveness or just not doing things in a timely manner, they fall off as a lead, right? I have those standards in place and I feel so comfortable with those standards. So think about like when with dating, I have those standards. So many men have fallen off and it's okay. It's okay, but it's so beautiful when a man is about his word, he's intentional, you see his actions and his words are aligned, right? And through it all, I had zero expectation. I had zero expectation. In fact, so the way our date went, right? So we're sitting there, we're talking. At one point, he asked me, "Let me see your palm." And I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, let me see your palm." So he's holding my palm. He's looking at this, all these. And if you're a palm reader, tell me what's happening. And so based on what he sees, he's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so solid. You know what you want, and marriage is in your future like soon, super soon." And I'm like, "Wait, what is this?" He's like, "Yeah, like I know about palm reading." And y'all, I was so intrigued because I'm into astrology, human design. I'm into the spiritual side of things. So for him to know something that I've never even known, I've never done, and I don't know about the lines on my palm, but that was really intriguing to me. And it was so cute that he brought that culture side of him into the date. And it's so cool too that he dates Black women, he dates African women. And so he was very just open and relaxed. And our energies really, really matched. And so think about your clients as well. Like, you don't want a client that it feels defensive every time you have something to show them. They're attacking you, they're asking 50 questions as if you're the ops. It's like, wait, you're paying me to help you. I'm trying to help you. And the same thing, like the energy should feel relaxed. It should feel like a team, like a partnership, so that you can be your best. You can serve your clients the best way and they can feel like they're getting the value. Right. So it's so cool again to see how something where I knew that all I knew is that, okay, he's been pleasant, he's been following up. Cool, I'm available on this day. Let's do it. And we did it. And all I knew, y'all, by the end of the date is I don't know what's going to happen going forward, but all I knew is that I was very, very calm. I was very, very present. I felt very relaxed throughout the date. And so, no, there were no sparks. All the sparks and the chemistry people talk about after a first date, like you really don't need to know that. All you need to know is, did I feel comfortable enough to want to give this another chance, to have a second date? And for me, yes, the answer was yes. I felt neutral, I felt open. It's just not about the sparks. Oftentimes, sparks will grow, chemistry will form because of I'm seeing consistency. Like those are the things that turn me on. Integrity, words and actions matching, a man of his word. He's planning, he's leading, he's following up. I feel safe, I feel calm, I feel secure to the point where I'm leaning back. I'm not having to make the plans. Oh, yeah, he already told me like days in advance, if not weeks in advance. That's what you want. I just want to show up and be in my feminine, the same way in business. I just want to show up and perform the job that I just love to do. I want to help you. I want to see results for you. And so it's okay. Let's get out of our way and let's make it happen. So anything that feels like a hurdle, and whether it's in love, whether it's in business, ask yourself, how can we reduce the hurdles, get rid of those hurdles, and just optimize the results, optimize the fun, optimize the enjoyment. Because that's what I'm looking for in my life. That's what I want. That's what I want. So tell me what you want. Drop it in the comments below. I know that this video is a little bit different than what you're used to, right? How to take this write off, how to save 5,000 in taxes, right? We didn't do any of that. It's just more of being in alignment with self. And when you are aligned with self, you start to see how, oh my gosh, like this can be applied to this area of my life. Ooh, how do I optimize business because of my dating or because of how I am with my husband? You know what I mean? Oh, wow, this is really cool. So tell me in the comments what you think about this video. Go ahead and like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and let me know what you want to know next. If you like this type of just storytelling, I'm with it as well. So let me know in the comments and I'll see you next time. Peace.